Okay, so it's about 7 o'clock in the evening and about 100 degrees in the garage. So this morning I fiberglassed the bulkheads into the boat, and so this evening, while I'm serenaded by a live band at the restaurant next door, I plan on putting in this Dynaglass fiberglass filler. It's actually a waterproof Bondo that I got from Tap Plastics to fill in the areas on the keel that I ground out. At this point, I'm just working to get the boat in the water, and more than likely in February when we pull it to go to Florida, we will redo the bottom. At that point, I'll have the take it out to the sandblasters and have the keel stripped down to bare steel, refaired, and done correctly. But right now it's just a matter of getting the boat in the water while we still have some summer left. So this is the short-term fix. This stuff's about $70 a gallon. Not exactly a cheap short-term fix, but I'll show you as I go. Okay, so I've spooned out a smallish portion of the Bondo. Now I'm going to mix in a hardener, and this actually catalyzes the chemicals together and causes it to harden. Not going to show this because once this process starts it moves pretty fast. I'll show you after I get it laid up. Okay, I've made 2 batches so far and applied them to the keel. Just a note, I'm using plain old acetone from Home Depot and a rag to clean up my mixing board and my putty knife between batches. If you catch this stuff before it sets up and hardens, acetone works just fine. Used to use thinner back when I was in high school and going to auto body class, but unfortunately the state of California has decided that lacquer thinner is hazardous and it's not allowed within the borders. So this is where we're at now. I've applied 2 patches. These 2 spots were the worst. Before I did this, I went ahead and coated this with the OSPO chemical I posted about earlier. That's supposed to convert surface rust to iron phosphorus, which is an inert substance. So it's basically supposed to stop the rust in its tracks. We'll see in 5 or 6 months. One thing that, if you're doing any kind of Bondo type work, body filler, which is what this is, what you want to do to save yourself some grief before it's completely hardened, and this is right about there, is you can hit it with this, which you can get at any auto parts store or auto body shop, supply store. It's called a cheese grater, and you'll see why in a second if I can support this. Basically what you want to do is you want to take off the high spots, and with the cheese grater, it's a little bit hard for it right now, but the alternative is you let it dry out completely and then come in after it with sandpaper and a power sander and get soft fiberglass encrusted dust all over the place, which I've had enough fiberglass dust, thank you. So basically this is to knock the high spots down. It's going to take 2 or 3 more coats. You don't want to layer this stuff on too thick because it'll just sag. So you put it on in coats. So pretty much that's it. Okay, this is after 4 batches, and honestly it's still hot, so hot that the body filler's starting to kick off while it's still on my mixing board. So I'm going to call it, and I'm starting to lose my light. So I'm going to call it a night. So far, not bad. Probably one or two more coats, and then I still have the rest to do, but those were the big gaping holes.